Happy 22, everyone. Welcome back to 2 AM Talkies.
It's
I'm
been a
Josh.
while. I'm Hisham.
And yeah, it has been a while. It's been like, I think a little bit over a month since we recorded the last one. A whole other year. Man, we haven't recorded this since last year. That's crazy.
Yeah. How do we felt that is?
I think it was a combination of a lot of different
Yeah.
factors.
It's my fault.
Yeah, it was Darsh's fault.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go ahead
You
and
didn't even introduce myself. You just said my name.
Yeah, I was gonna. My
Come on.
plan
It was gonna be a
was to
surprise.
go as far as possible without having you introduce yourself.
Yeah,
I was gonna
know.
see when you're gonna
I could
interject.
tell. I was like, okay, he didn't let me introduce myself after they introduced themselves.
But yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
Adarsh.
Yeah, what's your last name?
I don't have one.
Oh, nice.
He keeps himself anonymous.
Mm-hmm. It's dangerous, you know? I can't
Yeah.
have people coming to my house and stealing my... I don't have anything. I have a computer.
Your
That's about
candy.
it. My candy. They
So,
can't
yeah.
take that from me.
It's now 2022. How was your Christmas break or your holiday breaks, winter breaks?
I don't know if it was well deserved, but it was appreciated.
Yeah, I got some new stuff. I got that new thing on the wall. It's like some art. It's a little Digimon art. I guess if you're on Spotify, you can't really see it.
Was that Digimon? I thought it was Team Valor.
No,
From
no, that's from Pokemon,
Pokemon
Go.
Go.
What are you, a nerd?
Wait, you were there when he was talking to us about getting it.
I just saw it. I didn't see what it was. Or I didn't listen.
I got this little whiteboard thing. So if I need it, oh, you can see yourself in the reflection.
Nice, that was two of us.
Yeah, and I got new glasses. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Wait, sorry. My grandma just texted me.
Yeah,
She sent. I don't know if you can read that.
I can't.
Yeah, you have
It
to.
says, "Keep your legs," and then a leg emoji strong. A must-read article.
She's
Are you
looking
gonna
out for
read it
you.
right now during the podcast?
No, I think that's copyright.
I see. Well, yeah. So these are the new ones. I've only recorded one other podcast with video, so I guess you don't really know the difference too much. Here are the old ones. So old ones.
Yeah,
Sorry,
old one's
Spotify
lame.
listeners, you can't really see
Yeah.
any of these.
Old one's lame and boring. New one's cool and PogChat.
Yeah, anybody who's watching on YouTube, you have to put Josh as handsome in the comments.
Go ahead and leave in the comments how much you love my new glasses.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The scale is 10 to 10.
10 to 10, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
always the worst and it's always the best. So yeah, this is 2
Wow,
AM
that's a
Talkies.
really pessimistic way to look at it. Holy shit.
I'm a little bit of a pessimistic guy. What can I say? So yeah, this is 2 AM Talkies. The point of the podcast, we're going to be asking our guest here, Adarsh, some questions, and he's going to answer them. And so are we. That's kind of the gist of it. We have 3 levels of questions.
I turned off my monitor. No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
Adarsh's a
listening.
little ADD, so we're probably
No,
gonna,
I'm not.
we're gonna get off track a little bit, but that's okay. Hisham, why don't you kick us off with the first question?
This guy's lip syncing.
Yeah, we can't really hear you.
I think you're muted.
Hello, hello,
Oh,
hello,
hello.
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 Oh fuck! I had to move my mic further back. I guess it was just cutting off. I was
Okay.
saying,
We can't hear you now.
since it's our first episode of 2022, we can kick it off with. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
Mm.
I didn't make one this year.
You
Nice.
did you make one?
Usually it's like I'll think of something like, hey, I want to do this year at least, but I just don't.
I see. You're just so perfect. There's nothing
I'm
about
just so
yourself you could
perfect.
possibly
There's nothing
change.
I could change. Yeah,
Do you make a
Pretty
mental
much.
list or do you like write it out?
I make a mental list, or it's like just something I try to keep in my mind. Like, hey, I should probably do this in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I never
mean,
have like any lofty goals or something that I set in the beginning of a year as a like a New Year's resolution. I never do that. It's just like if I think of a goal at any point of time, I'll just think of that. What about you, Josh?
So for me, I only have one discrete resolution, but it's not really a. So my resolution is just to follow through more on stuff, because a lot of the times, I'll tell myself, all right, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna do my homework, and then I'll play games after I'm done with my homework, right? And then I'll wake up, I'm really tired, so I'll stay in bed, and I'm just like, I've been in bed for so long. I need something to wake me up, and so I'll play video games, and then I'll start my homework at 9 p.m. or something. And
Yeah,
I want to make sure I can keep my promises to myself more this year.
that's fair.
I think for me, it's mainly just to get back to the gym. Like, I also want to be a little bit more productive overall, but 2019, or pre-COVID, I was so on top of going to the gym, my diet, that kind of thing. And then COVID happened, and I just never got back into it. So,
Yeah, I think after COVID, it's just hard to go to the gym because I mean
Yeah.
during COVID you can't go,
Yeah.
and then now there's like a part of you that's like, well, I don't really want to go anymore.
Yeah. Well, I never
Yeah,
went
like-
to go to the gym. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna work out, I usually just work out at home.
Hmm.
Not much of a weights guy, you know.
that's because you're more into the calisthenics. For me, I like weightlifting. So I can't do that unless I want to drop like a couple thousand or something on a full bench rack, dumbbells, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's harder.
Okay. That was a pretty quick first question, but I think it was enlightening. Question number 2: do you like to dance?
Uh,
You can go first, Hisham.
I was gonna say, like, I think there's it depends on what you mean. Because, for example, prom, when I went with my friends and stuff, it was fun to just like kind of jump up with everybody and that kind of thing. But it's not like I'm learning a whole dance routine or something and recording myself doing like a K-pop dance cover or something.
I see. I think that's a bit of an extreme, but I
would
think
say, right?
the spirit of the question was more about the first thing you said. So
Yeah, I think in those situations it's fun.
I see.
I hate growing older because when I was younger, I used to love dancing. I didn't care if it was in front of people or like,
Behind people.
you know, behind people. I used to love dancing, especially like at family parties. And there's videos of me dancing at family parties and stuff, and like family friends coming over and they'd just be playing music. I'd just go fucking ape shit. I'd be going crazy. Yeah.
You think you can show us some of that now?
I don't have any of the
Yeah, give us
videos.
a little
They're on
sneak peek.
YouTube unlisted.
No, he wants a live performance.
Yeah.
Oh, live performance?
Yeah,
No.
just a little
But
taste.
see, that's the thing. That's the thing I was saying. Like, growing older, it's like you get embarrassed way more easily.
You get more self-conscious.
Yeah, you get way more self-conscious. I hate that, but it's also so natural that like there's nothing you can really do about it. I don't want to dance like in public. That's like a daunting thing to me. The idea of like in elementary school, if you went up to me and you were like, "Hey, go to that dance circle," I'd go in a heartbeat. I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, let me go dance."
When you were a little kid,
But,
in first
and
grade,
it's like,
fuck yeah.
you know, yeah, fuck yeah, first grader, fuck yeah, baby, but let me go dance. But then, like, I think around middle school, if you asked me that, it'd be like a nightmare. It'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't speak to me. You know what? I'll just end my life right now instead
Whoa.
of. Oh wait, can I say that? My bad.
You can say that. It's fine.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, don't bring up the idea of bringing public attention to myself. I don't like that
I see.
when you're in middle school. High school, then I joined theater and I was like, I don't mind, but I don't like dancing. I like acting.
What about now in college?
Fuck no. Self-consciousness is still there. That doesn't go away. Unless you like actively do something about it, I guess. But
I'd say I'm not really a fan of dancing in any like public situation. But if I'm listening to music and I want to go like, you know, like shake a little bit to the,
Yeah,
to
you know,
the beat
shake
of
a little
music,
bit.
I like doing that. A lot of the
Little
songs
head
I
bob.
listen to, they have there's some where the BPM matches my walking pace, and so like it, you know, adds a little hop. It adds a little hop to my step. You know, like I'm listening to it and I'm stepping in with the beat. I really love when that happens. Makes walking fun. Yeah. Okay. Hisham, let's
Yeah. If you could change your name, what would you change it to and why?
Well, I know for this one, I would not change. Well, actually, so I like my name because it's very. So my given name is Joshua, but you know I go by Josh, and I like my name because it's very easy for people to create nicknames for it. Because I go by Josh, but a lot of people like to add their own spin to it. Like a lot of people will call me Josh Tran all the time, or
Oh, like
Joshy
Pokemon.
Washi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Joshy washy.
Joshy Washi. That's a pretty popular one.
Mm.
And it's just like, yeah, it's really I like being called nicknames. I think it's a good way to show your like,
It's like endearing.
yeah, it's endearing. The bad thing about being named Josh though is that everyone's named Josh. I'll be in public and I'll hear somebody call like, "Hey Josh," and I turn around like fucking two other people around me are also turning around because their name is Josh. And even I'll hear words that sound like Josh, and I'll turn around, and they're not even saying the word Josh. They're saying some other word, and I'm turning around
Yeah.
because I think I hear my name. So
It's
that's a
just
little
like-
annoying.
And it's cut your attention from whatever you were doing before.
Yeah.
So now you're pissed off and you have no one to be pissed off at.
Yeah.
Because
I guess
it's
my
only your
parents.
fault.
My parents
It's
for
all, yeah,
naming
you
me
can be
Josh.
pissed off at your parents every time. Can't believe they did this to me. Name me
Stop
Josh.
moving my cursor around. Okay.
Yeah, you can use your parents as a scapegoat.
No.
This is your fault.
No, it's not a scapegoat. It is their fault. They
Oh,
named me
yeah,
Josh.
Yeah, it is their fault.
I wouldn't change my name. I like my name, but if I had to change my name, just for the joke, I would change my name to Sam, because I know so many Sams that it's like, and since I go by that anyway, whenever I order stuff, I think it just work well. I think it'd be pretty funny to just have like 3 people in one place named Sam, and they're all friends. Yeah,
I think for I think for me, I don't think I would change it, mainly because my name has
it's easy to make
English meaning.
nicknames. Yeah, like Fishy and
Hishami, Pastrami.
Pastrami.
For me, it's like there's already a meaning behind my name, and I kind of like that it's not just a random assortment of letters or something. It has a meaning, which in my case it means generous for my name. But I think it's kind of, it gives me something to be like, okay, like I want to try to embody that characteristic too,
That's fair.
to my life. So I like kind of like that
See,
feeling.
it's kind of unfortunate for Josh because his name is actually just random assortment of characters.
Yeah.
Oh no, Josh is a word. Like, oh, I'm just joshing you.
Oh,
That's a
so-
word.
Yeah, okay. So his
Yeah.
name embodies.
And I think I do
joshing
embody
around.
that, right? Because I Josh.
Yeah,
people
He
around.
embodies being a loser. But
Oh.
He's just joshing around.
No.
yeah.
I think it's kind of strange though, because, like, for example, Naruto from the hit anime Naruto, his name means like fish cake in Japanese. Isn't that kind of
he embodies
strange?
a fish cake.
Like, what if my name was like pizza, and like it was just a food? Am I supposed to embody food?
Yeah.
It's just like,
So, wait,
When
in
you
my
think
case,
of
it's
it-
not a food. So
I know, but I just
Yeah,
the
but
idea of naming
this is a
somebody
what
Naruto
if.
is kind of strange.
This is a what if. I mean, Naruto. He embodies a fish cake.
Oh, true. You're right.
So,
Honestly,
I think your question is just wrong, and you shouldn't have asked it in the first
my
place.
bad.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of understand what you mean, Hisham, because
yeah.
my name means role model, which is like such a.
lived well up to that.
Oh yeah, I live up to that so well. And it's like, it just kind of gives you something where, some form of
Feels good.
yeah, it feels good. It's like I can personalize myself with my name. This is a characteristic
makes
that
it
I can embody.
Yeah. It makes it feel like the name belongs to you more
Mhm.
in a way.
Yeah.
I will say though, what you're saying about using a fake name at stores and stuff like that, whenever you order something, like coffee. Oh my god, there is no way I can say Hisham
Yeah.
and get out the right
My
spelling.
name, my name's not even difficult. It's not like phonetically different from, or it's not spelled any different from how it's phonetically said, but it's foreign. So
Although Adarsh is not your
easier.
name though.
yeah, but I say Adarsh whenever I order stuff, right? If I were to use my name, but that's too difficult. So
Yeah, one of my
Sam is the easy way to
One
go.
of our friends, Forrest, his name is Forrest, but when he goes to places and they ask for a name, he'll say Bill, even though Forrest is like already an easy word to spell. It's a word in the English language. He goes by Bill.
Yeah. He has such a like perfect name. Forest Sun. That's like a
Yeah.
Those are just two words.
it's like I mean it's just a good combination.
Josh, next question.
Next question.
Yeah.
What are your favorite desserts?
Oh God.
You know, we actually so before every show, I go into the Google Sheets with all the questions, and I pick all the questions before each show, so I can prepare, and so I have like a basic idea of what I'm gonna say. And I just realized right now that I chose this question, and I did not think at all about what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I just thought of one.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was younger, I've only had it one time.
Mm.
But we went on a cruise. I think it was around 5th grade. And at the dinner they had, it was called chocolate lava cake, or
Oh,
it was like in a cup. It was in a cup. It was lava cake. That shit was so good. I kept ordering it. I kept getting more and more because I was like,
isn't that
I
a
was
bad
just-
idea for you though? Because
well, at the time I didn't know that I was
I see.
lactose
For those of you
intolerant,
unaware
so-
at home, Adarsh has a little bit of lactose intolerance.
I wasn't aware of it, so it never crossed my mind to just stop. And also I was fat, so
I bet afterward
didn't.
you were like a chocolate lava cake, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
I don't know if that's too graphic. Maybe you cut that out. I think it's kind of funny.
It was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one. It was good.
But yeah, I have a really big sweet tooth, so I would definitely say I really love desserts in general. If I were to pick a favorite, maybe cookies, because I think cookies they're very versatile. If I have to pick a type of cookie, I'd say chocolate chip. It's just they're easy to eat. You don't need a fork. You can just eat them with your hands. They're pretty easy to make too. So if you want to make cookies, it's not that hard. Yeah. I think it's a all around good food to eat.
Easy and good. What about you, Hisham?
The problem is that especially over the last, probably since high school, my liking for sweet food has gone down a lot. I still like some desserts. One that I really like is called Ras Malai. Adarsh might know what it is,
I know what
but
that is. Yeah.
Josh, you might not. It's like, actually, how do I explain what Ras Malai is?
I have my second favorite in the fridge. I'll bring it out and show you.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
Everybody knows. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is, though. It's laddu. Everyone knows what a
Oh
laddu
yeah,
is.
laddu. Oh yeah.
Everyone knows what a laddu is.
I could have known.
I do not know what that is.
You're not gonna know what it is? Okay.
Okay.
But Ras Malai, it's like this. Actually, here, I'll look up the definition. That way I don't say something that's incorrect.
All right. Here's a laddu.
I see.
It's like a little ball of sugar.
Ooh, I love sugar.
Yeah. I was planning on eating one anyway, so I'll just take it out and show you.
It's this kind of like milky dessert, basically, Ras Malai.
Oh.
And it has these little like puffy kind of like sponge cakes in it, and it's in this milky kind of soup, I guess you could call
So it's
it.
kind of like cereal.
If you replace the cereal with like these like really soft sponge cake kind of things, sure.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
and
soggy
the-
cereal.
That's a really bad
It's like
comparison in terms of taste and in terms of texture, but you can think of it as cereal if you want. You can look it up later if you want. It's spelled Rasmalai for anybody who wants to see it. But those I really like. I remember when I was younger, though, my sweet tooth would be a lot more severe. I remember having like a lot of cavities and stuff when I was younger, and there's a specific dessert that I liked a lot, which was called jalebi, which is basically just fried sugar.
It's fried sugar in a liquid that is just sugar, like sugar liquid.
Yeah, it is probably one of the most unhealthy desserts ever, but it
Mhm.
tastes
It's really
so
good.
good.
It's
I
really
mean,
good.
now I don't really like it because it's too sweet. Like for example, I hate frosting now.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I have cake, I just eat all the cake and I leave like a frosting shell, kind of. So usually when I'll like scoop out a slice of cake, I'll place the cake upside down onto my bowl so that all
Oh,
the
that's
icing's
that's
at the
perfect.
bottom.
That's a good life
Yeah,
hack.
yeah, and I can just eat the cake.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my sweet tooth was pretty a lot stronger than it is now. I remember we had a jar of sugar that we have on the counter where if my mom needs to use sugar for cooking. And one day I just like grabbed a spoon and just like took a bite of it because I wanted to see what it tastes like. And it was so good. It's like a bite of sugar.
That was,
God,
it's like a gateway drug.
Yeah. And I would also I only did this once because my stomach hurt afterward. But I got cinnamon toast crunch, but instead of milk, I used melted vanilla ice cream, and it was oh my god, it tasted so good. But
I
I
wonder why your stomach hurt after.
yeah, I'm
Kind of
never doing
crazy.
that again.
You know what? Speaking of mixing bad or mixing foods that made your stomach hurt, this one didn't taste good at all. But I got ice cream once, and I had that idea of an ice cream sandwich, but it didn't occur to me that putting like oat oat bread. I had two slices of oat bread that weren't toasted or anything.
Oh, like
It's just like
soggy,
it's just like yeah, and
or
then I
soft.
put
Yeah.
ice cream on top of it, and then I closed it, and then I started eating it, and it tasted horrible. It was disgusting, and I hated every second that I took a bite into it.
he finished it.
But I finished it because my sister was watching, and you know when it's like, my sister was like, "That's a bad idea," and I was like, "No, it'll taste good. I swear." And so I already like dug myself a hole, and then you have to finish it because you're like, well, if I don't finish it, that means you
And you
won.
can get ridiculed.
You're gonna get ridiculed. I'm gonna get humiliated. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I got humiliated anyway. I ate an ice cream sandwich, but like, didn't taste good. And she got to watch me eat a soggy piece of bread with ice cream in it.
Up until you mentioned the bread, I was just thinking of an actual ice cream sandwich with like cookie top.
No,
Yeah,
that would have been better.
I was like, this sounds pretty good so far.
That's too normal for
Yeah,
Adarsh.
it's too normal.
Okay. Did I ask that question? I did, right? Are you next?
I don't remember. Just go for the next one.
Okay.
You did ask that question.
Okay. Well, I'll just
You
take
asked
this
about
one.
desserts, yeah.
What is your hand position when you drive, in terms of a clock? We'll say
I put my my left hand at 12, and I kind of just hold with like a finger at 6.
at 6. I see.
So it's kind of like I'm just like reaching over, right? I'll
Okay.
hold the top of the steering wheel, maybe like 11 instead of like 12,
Yeah.
right? And I'll just have a finger at the bottom of my steering wheel like this, and it'll just kind of like as I move.
I see.
Yeah, Josh already knows mine, but I pretty much only use my left hand, and I keep my left hand on like 11.
Well, I already know. You don't have to
11:30.
tell them. I already know. So it's okay.
Yeah, he already knows, so it's like it's not even worth mentioning, really. I keep my left hand at 11:30, and then my my right hand just like lays on the armrest. That's the most comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's how my dad drives because when I was a kid, he would drive stick, and so he'd have one hand on the gear shift, his right hand on the gear shift, and his left hand on the wheel. But for me, I'm actually the opposite because I never learned how to drive manual. So I have let's see, it's like maybe 1 o'clock with my right hand, and then my left hand is like on the armrest on the door. That's my
I can't that's so little
Oh yeah,
space.
wait, that's
It's like
well, I like to lean, you know what I mean? So it's like it's pretty comfortable for me.
I don't know.
Although if I'm driving fast, like if I'm on the freeway, I will put two hands on the wheel because
Yeah, I
safety
Yeah.
first.
yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I didn't have a license until senior year, and so junior and sophomore year, I'd get a lot of rides from my friends, and I think almost every single one of my female friends would drive with just 2 fingers on the wheel at 6. It just drove me
Really?
crazy. Yes. I like
Wow.
if somebody was going to like come at us from the side, we'd have no chance to turn out of the way. We're just screwed.
In my experience, most people, or like most women that I've been in cars with, have driven with two hands like this, like
I would prefer that. That
and
would
like
make me feel
kind
a
of
lot
leaned
safer.
up forward towards the wheel.
That would make me
That's
feel a
one
lot
thing.
safer.
Like they sit with. I've seen a lot of women sit with their seat like really far up forward, and like
Yeah.
they're like leaning into the dash. I tried driving like that once. It was too jarring. I felt like the road was coming at me.
Oh.
That's what my
Scary.
mom does. She
Like a
drives
3D
really
movie.
close up because she likes to see as much of like the road
Yeah,
as possible.
I get why,
Yeah.
but
I don't wanna
it's
see the road.
too
I just wanna
much.
be
I don't want to see
comfortable.
the. Yeah, I don't want to see the road.
I just want to be comfy.
Okay.
I want to fall asleep at the wheel.
I
Okay.
I was about to agree with you there, and then
I'm throwing you a curveball. I'm trying to keep you on your toes. Keep you a little bit.
yeah. So we can go ahead and do that last.
You wanna? Okay, you wanna do the last one? Yeah, we can. Oh, here. What are some weird things you like to do, Adarsh? Some
Weird things I
quirky
like.
little
to do.
weird things about you.
Quirky little weird things about me.
Yeah, that you like to do.
That's the thing, right? If you do something long enough, it's normal to you. So if it, I can't think of anything that I do that's like super weird to, or that would be weird to other people in terms of like.
I think.
I mean, my speech is weird sometimes. I say really weird things, but just because I like getting a rise out of people, I like, or not a rise, but I like the reactions that Josh gives, especially when it comes to saying completely bizarre
Yeah.
and unhinged
I think that-
things.
You do a lot of weird things when you drink caffeine.
Yeah. If I have a little bit of caffeine, yeah, it kind of sets me off. But it's mainly, it's not me being weird because I'm weird. It's mainly being weird because I know that I can get a reaction out of Josh.
Right,
and
right,
like
yeah.
I know I can get a reaction out of like Spencer and you, Hisham. So it's more just I like getting the
Yeah,
reaction.
you're not weird. That's not.
I'm not
coping at all.
weird.
You're not
I'm not
coping at all.
weird.
You're
I
not
promise.
weird.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, I know sometimes we'll just be talking, and you'll go like, or
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
Tasmanian devil noise.
Yeah, sometimes okay, this is something as a kid, and even now, it was way more when I was a kid though, but when it got to the later hours of the night, I'd go like hyper. And it was something that I picked up from my older cousin Sham, where he's super calm throughout pretty much the entire day. He's pretty laid back. But at night, right before he goes to sleep, he just like a switch flips and he won't stop giggling, he won't shut up, and he'll just start laughing at everything. And he'll just want to keep making noises. And he used to do that too, where it'd just be like he'd make weird sounds or something and then make himself laugh, and then all of us would laugh. So we started doing that. It was kind of like a hyperactive switch. And now it still like kind of activates where sometimes I'll be sitting in call with you guys, and then there'll just be this urge, like it's like an animal instinct just to just go fucking bananas, just to go crazy. Yeah.
I know.
So I'd say that's the weirdest thing.
I think I'm the opposite. Like right before I go to sleep, I'm just so loopy and out of it.
Yeah.
And people will be
You
saying things, I'm just missing the whole conversation. Or I won't think about anything as they say it, and so I just will have like slurred speech, or I might just say something I don't want to say.
Do you guys become more sorry, wait, actually I don't know how to word this, so Josh, you can give your answer actually, and I'll think of what I was trying to say.
I guess mine is I'm very particular about things being symmetrical. And so if for example, I'll be walking down the street, right? And you know how sidewalks they're separated into like big giant tiles, right? With cracks in the middle. And so what I'll try to do is like take one I actually need to draw a picture. So I'll take one step on the right side, right? And then I'll take a step on the left side. But I want to make sure it's like, maybe I should draw a picture. So it's
I
gonna be
think
the
I
first
kind
use
of
of this.
understand what you mean.
So-
You want to make sure everything that you're doing is kind of balanced. Is that what you mean, or?
Oh, kind of. So like, let's say I take a step on this square right here, and I'm walking in this direction. Oh, that's supposed to be
Yeah.
an arrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a step in this guy right on this
Yeah, you don't
on the
want to
square.
step.
I
there. You
have
wanna
to
step
go
on
into
the
this
diagonal.
one. I have to go diagonal. I can't like do one step here and then one
So
step
what
here.
happens if you like misstep and you have less space than usual? Do you like?
I have
take
to, like,
one
jump.
Really long step.
I'll jump.
That was something I did in like elementary school. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. That's just things
I
like
like-
that.
You just come up to Josh, you see him like while he's on one of his late night walks, and you see him leaping from
Yeah,
tile
I'm
to
trying to
tile.
imagine what it would be like if he was in a relationship taking a walk with someone.
Wait, I remember. So when I used to go when I was a kid, I would go grocery shopping with my mom, and at Kroger and other grocery stores, the floor would be tile and it would be mostly white, but there would be some like colored tiles, like a brown tile here,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
blue
yeah.
tile here, but they're all spread apart. And I would like play the floor as lava and jump from colored tile to colored tile, and still like try to follow my mom at the same time. It was pretty fun,
Yeah.
but I probably looked pretty strange while doing it.
Well, I mean, it's different, right? You're a kid.
Yeah.
I feel like if you see a kid doing something like that, it's whatever.
It's like, oh yeah.
You're just like,
That's
oh, it's a
cool,
kid.
being a
It's
kid.
whatever. Now, if you did that as a, like, college-aged male,
One of the more debilitating, or not debilitating, but this is more, it happens more frequently, is if I touch a surface with my right hand, I need to touch that surface an equal amount with my left hand. Like if I accidentally brush against like a table or something, for example, with my right hand, I have to also do it with my left hand, so it's
oh
balanced,
my god.
or it'll bug me.
What do you do when you're out with us and stuff? And we walked around and at the mall and stuff. Do you still keep track of?
It depends.
It's
You know,
like,
with
is it-
great,
if-
when I'm around good company like you guys, I don't have to think about it.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm by myself,
If is it like a matter of kind of the conversation distracts you from your your desire to step
oh yeah,
symmetrical?
yeah.
Okay.
Did
That makes sense.
Do you think of your question? You said you.
I completely forgot it, so it's fine.
Although I'll say about your weird thing, I have been woken up in the middle of the night before because I get a Snapchat message from you, and I'll open the message and it's just a voice memo of you growling into the mic.
Adarsh's late night snaps are the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced. This guy will snap you in the middle of the night. You'll open it, and it's just him pretending to be a TikTok dancer. It'll be him like screaming into the mic, or just trying some weird ass face filter and making random noises.
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby. Okay, so I have an explanation for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am really bad at sleeping throughout the night, so I wake up a ton. I'll wake up maybe like 3 or 4 times a night, unless I'm like super comfortable. But usually I wake up like 3 or 4 times, and that's why I take so many naps throughout the day. But when I wake up, I'm not like in a bad mood or anything. I just wake up and then I'll go to the bathroom or something, or I'll wake up and I'll just like eat food, and get some water. Usually I eat pieces of bread so I can fall asleep faster. But
Okay.
what is it like? It's like
What does bread have
carbs.
to do with
What does
Carbs,
bread have to do
right?
with sleep?
I don't know. I remember reading somewhere that if you eat carbs, it'll make you fall asleep faster, or like you'll get tired. So I just eat bread. So I go through loaves of bread like.
Yeah, I wake up at 2 a.m. and just eat an entire loaf of bread.
Yeah. No, I eat like a slice, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. Okay, you caught me. You caught me.
And then you wake up your friends in the middle of the night and send them growling
Yeah.
messages.
So I get bored, so I'll just be like, okay, I'll take a Snapchat video and just send it to someone, and then I'm like, oh, this is good, yes, and so I'll just send it to everybody. That's pretty much it.
I was gonna see even more bizarre is when you'll open his Snapchat and it's a voice memo rather than a snap.
Oh yeah, because that
Then
one I have to choose who I send it to, and then you know what? I'll send it to one person. Usually, I end up sending it to Rahul because he's awake a lot of the time at night too. So I'll send a voice message to Rahul, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was really good. I like that." And then I'll like listen to it again. I'll be like, "Yeah, I like that." And then I'll just like choose Josh, and then I'll record the same voice message, and then I'll send it to him. And then I'll choose Hisham, and I'll send it the same thing. Just the way it goes.
Here, let me show you guys the last snap that I have saved of Adarsh. Hopefully this will pick up. Hopefully.
I don't know what it is. I sent so many. Oh.
Is he eating bread?
No, I was eating I was listening to Hardstyle, and I was
Okay,
eating
what are you eating?
I was eating rice. I was eating rice.
I see.
Like curry. They're pretty good, right?
And this is a high beta, which means son.
I looked like a father figure with the mustache.
I hate this guy when he shaves his beard and leaves his mustache.
I think it's pretty good. My dad called me handsome, so.
Oh, here, let's see the last voice
You're
memo
wrong.
he sent me. I'll just play it.
Okay.
We'll see if the videos aren't picking up for the audio, so it might not pick up.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
just
picking up
crank
the
it.
audio?
Just crank it.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me turn off noise suppression. Did you guys hear the audios on those?
No.
Yes, no? Okay, hold on.
Okay, now we can hear it.
Let me find the other.
For you guys listening on Spotify, I'm sorry you can't see these videos, but they're pretty.
And then here's the recent voice memo. Hold on.
Oh, his camera turned off. I think it's a little bit too strong. Oh no! He probably had someone come in his room.
Okay.
I think I heard
Bit of a
knocking.
brief intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple that I just saved because I'll take a video and then I'll be like, yeah, this is good.
I have a picture of your butt. Can I show that on the podcast?
Okay.
That
So
wouldn't be
the thing is, I'll message Rahul these videos, right?
Yeah.
And he's the only one that sends back videos in the same energy. So it's
Well, because
like,
no one else has the same energy as you at
Okay,
that
the
time.
thing is that most of the time, I respond back to your voice memos usually with the same energy. When
Also,
you
your
send me
noise suppression
snaps-
has not been turned back on.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. So when you send me snaps, usually they're so bizarre, and I'm already in bed because it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, I'm not gonna get up and do something because then the like buildup of sleep that's accumulating. You know, like I'm reaching that point where I'm about to fall asleep. I see one of these snaps from Adarsh. I'm like, if I get up and do something like this, I'm not gonna be able to fall back asleep.
it's yeah. No, I get it. I never feel bad then, like not getting a response from people
Yeah.
because I understand that, like, you know, it's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But let me find like
Oh yeah. If you go
an
into,
example.
I hope these voice memos. Hold on. Let me see the.
We heard the first one, I think. The first voice memo.
If you go into our snaps, Adarsh, the voice memo that I played is after 3 just obscure random sounds ones that I sent you.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. Oh, here. So I'll send Rahul like. This is. I'm not sure if you heard that.
We heard that.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah. And then he'll send me back. He'll say like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then he sent this back.
We're all a bunch of goofy guys.
Yeah, and then he sent back quite a few,
I see.
and they're like,
Oh, here's a good one. Hold on, cross suppression. So, Adarsh sent me a snap of these cookies, right? And then afterwards he says, "I just ate 12 cookies," and then sends me this voice.
That day I made the cookies and I was like, I ate 2 of them, and they were really good. I So then I just kept eating more. And then by the time I looked back at it, there was only like 1 or 2 cookies left.
I might as well finish
I
them.
was and I was hyper from the sugar, so
Yeah. And in
I
response
ended up just
to
finishing.
that voice memo I sent.
Yeah, see, but if those are the reactions I get back, it just makes me want to do it more because I'm like, oh, I can incite some primal noises from my friends. Might as well just keep doing it. Oh,
Okay. I was about to sneeze, but I think I hold.
I wish I took a screenshot of that. I'll just go back in the video.
Oh yeah. I
You
think
have to
our
keep
next
that.
our next episode might be Jerry, and this guy will take screenshots of us all the time. Anytime we
Oh
have a
my
camera
God.
on, he has his finger on his shortcut button for taking
That's the
screenshots.
main reason I'm so scared of turning on my camera in call. I don't want to turn my camera on in call. It's
He's
like,
got a whole folder on his desktop of just
Yeah.
Pictures of us.
pictures of us. Yeah.
even pictures of people he doesn't know.
All
This
right,
guy
we don't
goes to
need-
class and starts taking screenshots.
all right, let's not out him too much. All right. So before we go into the next level of questions, I want to tell you guys a little story of what happened to me today. So, this is the mic I'm using for the podcast. It's not actually mine; it's Jerry's. And today I went downstairs. I don't know what preposition to use. I went downstairs to pick up the mic, and so Jerry handed me the mic, and then we went onto campus because he wanted to check out his classes, and I wanted to get some food. And when we walk outside, there's somebody in his car on the curb, and we just hear a popping sound, like kind of like a soda bottle exploding after you shake it up. And we looked at his car, and someone threw a bagel at him from my apartment building. Like a bagel was just on his windshield, and we're like,
What the fuck?
that was kind of strange. And so he just like threw the bagel on the ground and drove away. And like, okay, that was weird. So we crossed the street. We passed by a dumpster, and we hear like a thumping noise. Somebody threw another bagel, and it landed on the other side of the street after we crossed. So that meant we were being targeted. Somebody looked at us and just started throwing bagels at us. It was so scary. One of them,
No, not the bagel bandit.
yeah, dude, I think there were like 4 or 5 bagels thrown at us in total, and the last one,
Holy shit.
like clipped Jerry's roommate's hair. It like right by his face. I don't know.
See who
It
it
had
was?
to have been someone that like knows you guys.
I don't
or
think
knows
so.
Jerry's roommate.
Because there's no way they could have recognized.
Like, is there a homeless man chasing you guys with bagels?
Well, it was very high up. It was very high up.
Oh,
from where it came
are they going building to building?
Well, because we weren't that far. We were walking pretty slowly, so they could have like
I mean, they have like a mighty throw.
maybe,
yeah, maybe.
It hit the ground very hard. And I was kind of
damn.
scared too because I don't know if a bagel can reach like terminal velocity from an
I
apartment building.
don't,
But I don't know
think
how
so.
much damage a bagel would do.
If it was like a frozen bagel,
It didn't
Or,
sound
like-
frozen.
if it was toasted,
I would say it was probably just a regular raw bagel.
I'll put this away.
But yeah, that was kind of scary. We made it out.
Speaking
Like
of Jerry's screenshots, whose legs that he just sent us?
What? Did he put someone's leg
yeah,
in
look,
that?
yeah. Look at is that your leg?
Oh, no, that's Michael's roommate's leg. Look in the picture that Michael just sent.
Oh my god.
Said feast.
All right.
Uh,
I would exit full screen and show the listeners, but I'm afraid what messages they would also see. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't
yeah,
actually do it.
That's fine.
that's fine.
It's
that's
just
fine.
basically one of our friends sent a picture of something that he cooked, and in the background of the screenshot, you can see his roommate's leg. And Jerry screenshotted that guy's leg and resent it to the chat.
Oh, actually, that reminds me of something else. So Jerry likes to fall asleep. He's very good at sleeping, and his parents, if we need to contact him and he's not picking up his phone because he's asleep, he'll just let people in. Like his parents will just let them into Jerry's room to go like get him. And there's one time where Jerry was, I think, on a couch and he was sleeping under a blanket, and our friend Sarah. Oh, you remember Sarah? She was from the last episode. She took a picture of him sleeping on the couch, and she put it in our Discord. And just the angle that it was taken at, and the position of what he was sleeping, made his ass look huge, and now we have like I think we all probably have a screenshot of it, just his thick ass.
His
It was
thick
like,
booty.
that
you gotta
physical have, we'll
dumpy.
show it.
Yeah, maybe we'll show. That'll be the thumbnail
We'll
for
put
his
it-
episode. Maybe
Oh, that'd be good. The thumbnail for his episode,
not clickbait.
not clickbait.
Okay.
We
You
should get a
talked to
level
this
two,
guy
yeah?
with a fat ass. See what he said.
Yeah, 2 AM Talkies gone sexual, not clickbait. Okay, so this is a level 2 question. It's basically just it takes a little bit more thought to answer than the level 1 questions.
Okay.
The first question, what are your thoughts on long distance relationships?
I honestly, well, it depends. I think that a long distance relationship will work out if you have like clear communication, and I think it's easier to do long distance if you go from being like if you go from being near distance to a long distance relationship versus being long distance from the beginning. I think it's a lot easier. But overall, personally, I'm not bothered by it that much. I don't think it's too big of an issue to be long distance from someone, depending on how much distance. Like it was, well, for mine, it was, Seastat and Austin. And now, since I have a car, it wouldn't be too big of an issue. But before, when I didn't have a car and like having to figure out rides, things like that, made it a little bit difficult. I think long distance is something that really only works once a person's kind of established a lifestyle. I feel like going into long distance when you're college age is difficult because people are changing so much. So especially when you grow apart as two different people, it can give a lot of people different insecurities. It can give you different worries and things that normally wouldn't occur in a near distance relationship. I think that's where it starts getting pretty difficult to handle.
Yeah, I would say a lot of it is dependent, for every situation with relationships, a lot of it is dependent on kind of your personality and stuff. For example, some people really put a high importance on physical touch with their partner, that kind of thing. And if you're somebody who values that a lot, it's, a long distance relationship is really difficult. I think, especially like leading off of what Adarsh was saying, it's really hard to have a long distance relationship when you're moving stages of life, right? So if you're coming off of high school and you were dating somebody and then you go off into college, you guys are in completely new environments, completely changing as a person, and doing that while also like managing a relationship with somebody who's in a completely different area and having their own development is really difficult because you still might not be the person that they loved and vice versa.
Yeah. I think if I were to ever do a long distance relationship again, it would have to be after I've gotten a job or I've been working, or after college ends and I'm looking for a relationship with someone else who has also finished college and finished their degree, stuff like that.
I see. I think for me, the biggest factor that would go into my decision making would be, well, first of all, like you said, Adarsh, I think it would only work if you have a strong base first in a short distance context, right? But if I'm in a relationship, I kind of want like a reliable presence from my partner. And so I feel like, I don't have any experience with this, but I think that if it's a long distance relationship, it's a lot harder to make time. Or maybe it's not harder to make time for your significant other, but it's very easy to lose track of that, right? Because if you can't like go see them, every day, once a week or whatever, like that, it's very easy to just be like, oh, I'll just call them next week, or I'll video chat them next week, or do something.
Yeah.
Which is something that I don't think would happen in a short distance relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also tough in terms of maintaining communication, because everybody needs a specific level of attachment to a relationship. It's different for everyone, right?
No, it's actually the same.
Oh, it's actually the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad, actually. It's the exact same for everybody in a relationship. And if you can't get that level of communication from your partner while you're in a long distance relationship, it makes it way more difficult to like keep a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna say, like, when you're in a relationship, you are thinking of that person during a pretty big portion of your day, because I mean you genuinely care about that person, so they're in your mind in some way throughout your day, every day. And when you can't have that communication with them, where having a phone call or a video call does not even come close to being able to talk to them face to face, right? So trying to figure out the balance, like if you want to compensate for that by talking a lot more, it doesn't really work too well because it takes up too much time in both people's days. So there's a lot of difficulties that come with. I think the biggest thing with a long distance relationship is both people have to have emotional maturity, and
independent people.
They have to be independent people.
That's what I was going to say. Is that you can't be. I mean, for any healthy relationship, you shouldn't be completely reliant on your partner.
Yeah.
But even more so for a long distance relationship. That's true.
Yeah. I'm actually like, I mean, this is kind of like, I don't think it's a weird thing to say, but I'm glad. There's a part of me that's glad my relationship fell apart that was long distance, because it made me kind of realize that, yeah, I can't go into a relationship with a reliance on the other person and being like, you know, it kind of made me understand that my own faults in terms of dependency on a person in a relationship versus being independent and having, you know, the ability to be emotionally mature when things are kind of difficult. Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks, but like, I think it's good to
some
learn.
Growth that came out of it.
Yeah, it's good to learn from things like that. So, it's life.
I'm actually really glad I asked you this question, because your answer kind of connects to two other questions that are on this list.
Okay.
We're not going to do both of them.
Yeah, sure.
Although, so Hisham, before we get to your next question that you get to ask, this one I didn't choose beforehand, but I really want to ask it now.
Cool.
You guys have heard of the 5 love languages? You heard of that?
Yeah.
What is your love language?
I think mine was quality time and physical touch. I think that's what mine was. I'm not really sure if I remember, but if I had to think, it'd probably be that.
I think my top 2 were quality time and then words of affirmation.
Oh, I forgot that was one. Yeah. I think that might have been mine too.
And then I will say physical touch, I think, was my lowest, except for the gift giving one. That's been my lowest, and I think probably is still now.
Yeah, I think gift giving is probably that's the worst one. Anybody could give you a gift.
Well, I think like
I'm not gonna date Santa Claus because everybody gives.
I think it's to
like Santa Claus.
A quality gift.
Get yourself flowers.
To most people who like appreciate that kind of thing, I think it's about your partner taking the time to kind of, think about a gift that would mean a lot to you, that kind of thing. I don't think it's just any gift.
I think it's about your boyfriend giving you a gift card every other week. I think that's what it's about.
It's about your boyfriend being Santa Claus.
I remember this. I don't want to. I don't know if I can talk. Well, this was like
change their name.
This was in high school.
Sure.
No, I think it should be fine because it was in high school. Do you remember Thomas? He got. I forgot who he was dating at the time, but he got her a Starbucks gift card for her. I think it was her 16th birthday or 17th birthday.
Yeah.
And they'd been dating for like a year.
I do remember that.
Or maybe a couple months. I don't know. When he got her a Starbucks gift card, I thought that was the funniest thing in the world because it was just so Thomas. It was such a like Thomas level gift where I know that he put thought into it and he was like, "What does she like? Oh, she likes
she likes
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
I'll get her a Starbucks gift card." Nice. And he did put thought into it, but it's like it's so for him it's thoughtful, but for everybody else it's like what the fuck. I don't know. I thought that was funny, but yeah, I can understand people who do like getting gifts from their significant other. I don't think it's very important, but
I mean, for some people, it's gift giving too.
Yeah.
It's not receiving. Some people get a lot of joy about like, getting something for their partner that they will appreciate.
My sister is like that. She gets gifts for everybody.
Yeah, I know. Physical touch. That's what I was going to talk about. Over the years, I feel like that has gotten more important to me. Still not as much as the other things, but this kind of translates into that whole when we hang out, for example, with our group of friends and stuff. Something that's
This guy touches me.
Hisham beat the shit out of me. Every time I'm in public with Hisham, he'll just beat me up. I
This
swear
guy
to God.
touches me. He grabs me. He gropes me. It's weird.
behind them, and I'll kind of just like shake them.
This guy gropes me. He gropes my shoulders. Molesta.
I don't. There's not like even like a reason behind it. It's just kind of like I see one of my friends, and I just have this urge to just grab them and like shake them violently or something.
This guy's what
know.
the fuck?
Yeah, and
I see one of my friends.
actually,
I want to push them over and curb stomp them. Nice.
He has the balls to say that he's not really that violent.
I don't think
And
I'm
we were
that
playing
violent.
frisbee one time, and he tackled me and just beat me to death. Actually, right there in the middle of public.
Yeah, Josh actually just died. He actually died.
Yeah.
He just died. He died right there. It was crazy. I saw it. I mean, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it's just like there's something that brings me happiness out of like being able to just like platonically touch my friends,
Yeah, because it's you have affection for your friends, and that's physical touch. Where it's like, I want to fucking hug my friends. What the fuck? Yeah, I love you guys, and it's like, I can say that. I can be 100% honest. I love all of like everybody in our close friend group. I love every single person. I think it's just something that's natural. So I don't think it's weird that like whenever you like shake me from behind, I don't think it's weird. But and I think that comes down to physical touch, where it's not necessarily with a significant other, but it is a form of love language where it's like I like having that connection with, or being close enough to someone where I don't have to be uncomfortable with them. If they were to physically engage with me, I wouldn't, and I can physically engage with them, it wouldn't be an uncomfortable situation. I like that.
Yeah, it's actually not platonic. I'm actually just madly in love with all of you.
And I understand completely.
Yeah, I can't blame you, honestly. I'm a pretty.
Yeah, you're just such an attractive guy, Josh.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw Josh in high school, and I was like,
oh my God, he's so attractive.
God damn! I saw him with his Japan flag taped to his shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was kind of cringe. It's kind of quirky. I don't know.
You have weird things you've done.
Yeah, I'm a bit of
I have a video of him running down the hallway in the Naruto run.
I'm a bit of a goofy guy, what can I say?
You're a bit of a goofy guy. I think it's funny. It's like, it's high school. Nobody fucking remembers other than you, so why not make it funny?
I would say mine would just be quality time. I like to, have a nice one.
Every other form of love language to Josh is worthless. His is only quality time.
Everything.
Words of affirmation? No. Call me a bitch. Call me a pussy. Call me a bastard. Say you don't love me.
So
degrade me. Call me names.
I would
Damn,
say
Josh, you're crazy.
So quality time is like number one. And then let's see the other ones. Words of affirmation, physical touch, and acts of service are like not a close second, but they're second, about tied. But the gift giving is just not only is that something that I don't like look for, but it's something that I dislike. I don't like the idea of giving gifts because there's a lot of pressure, right? If you, that's a Legos.
Yeah, I don't know why I remembered it. Sorry.
But yeah, the idea of gift giving is just bad. I hate the pressure of like having to think of, oh, what would this person like, and then being stressed out because I'll get stressed out thinking about, oh, are they gonna like this or not, and if they don't like it,
It's like, well, I fucked
right?
up.
Because there's also
No,
there's
you're not
pressure.
my friend.
There's pressure on me to get a gift that they like,
Mhm.
and there's also pressure on the receiver to be like to be polite about it because if I do get them something they don't like, they can't just say, I hate your gift, go to hell, right? You got to say like, oh,
Why
I love this,
Yeah.
great, thanks.
If you
No,
make
no,
it,
no, why
if you
not?
don't like it, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
mean,
let
you give Hisham a shitty gift, he's gonna push you over and curb stomp you.
He already
Yeah.
does that.
He already does it. He does it. That's just his physical touch. Like, you know, Hisham,
Come on.
I guess if he doesn't like your gift, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's I actually hate it is because I don't curb
He'd just
stomp
be like,
you.
oh, thanks. Whoa,
Well,
bastard. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, like that order.
Wait, what's the next one? Like, what are the five? There's quality
they're
time.
five.
words
I
of
don't remember the
affirmation.
That
Acts of
is-
service.
Acts of
Oh, acts of service.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about acts of service. I don't even know, like,
I think it means like
Like-
I don't know the.
It means like
I don't know,
go
to
wash
me,
my car.
someone says that, and then it's just, to me, it's like volunteering. It's like you helped at the homeless shelter. Oh, I'm so horny. It's like, yes, you're so good. You're such a good person. I'm in love with you. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But I know that it's not that, but that's just
No,
how
it
I think
is.
of it.
You
and
actually,
so-
that's an excerpt from the book. All right.
Okay.
On that note, I think we can
On
move to the
that
next
note-
question.
How do you feel about homeless people?
All right, Hisham, go ahead and pick another.
yeah. How would you describe your style?
Oh. For me, I would say
What
that
do you mean, like dressing your norm, like the way you act? I don't know.
I didn't make this question.
I
So
think I would. I think it's mostly talking about when I wrote this question. It was mostly about what you wear, but also you can incorporate, how you act and stuff like that. I would say
acts like a crazy guy.
for my style, it's pretty simple. Honestly, I don't even have that many clothes to begin with, and so a lot of my outfits they blend together pretty much. I would just wear like pants, a shirt, like a t-shirt, and then maybe a jacket if it's cold outside. I remember in high school, I would actually wear my Letterman jacket every single day, even when it was hot outside. Yeah, I'd wear it every day, and it wasn't really for a style reason. It was part of it was for comfort because it was just really easy. Just throw my Letterman over.
It's
Whatever.
really warm.
Yeah,
So.
but what I would do
He's
is
sitting there in 105-degree Texas heat, and he's like, "I'm really comfortable right now."
I if it was hot, I would put it over my shoulders, but not put my arms through the sleeves.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. But yeah, I guess if I were to use one word to describe my style, maybe simple. It's just like
That's fair.
this guy's wearing clothes.
This guy's wearing clothes. I think I like dressing well. Not like overdressing, but just like wearing stuff that's
like a
comfortable.
3-piece suit every day.
Yeah, like a 3-piece suit. I wear something like formal every day. I like to wear button downs, collar, keep myself
It's really simple.
I wear a lot of oversized shirts. I think I like oversized clothes way better than tight fitting because I used to feel really self-conscious about like looking weird, I'd say. And I would want to wear clothes that were bigger than I actually was because it felt like it would hide myself a little bit better.
That's kind of hard.
Then,
you can keep going. You can keep going.
yeah, you can. It was good though.
No, it's actually because Darsh just wears oversized shirts because it's a pump cover. He just hides his huge muscles.
My huge muscles. Yeah, but I think after a point though, it became less about hiding my body and more just like I like oversized clothes because they're more comfortable. It's just nicer. And I got compliments for wearing oversized clothes, so I was like, okay, well I should just keep wearing these. People like them. I like
Makes you
them.
feel good.
Makes me feel good. The most like I've been complimented twice over one shirt that I've had, and so that shirt goes on a pedestal. I want to be complimented. I want to feel good about myself. I wear
You
that
wear that
shirt.
shirt.
I wear that shirt. I'm like, yeah.
was
The
it-
girl in the elevator told me I look nice in this, and the guy in the street said I like your shirt. You know, I can wear this shirt, and I'm unstoppable.
Was
how it
it
is.
you? I think it's one of my friends told me they were complimented. Somebody said their shirt was they liked their shirt because it was simple. They're like, "Oh, I like your shirt. It's simple." And then was that you? Because I remember
think
they
it
told
was.
me. Yeah, you told me about it.
Mr.
And then
Disco. It was the Mr. Disco.
oh
shirt.
yeah, and you got like a little like, should I be offended at that?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that means.
Was that an insult?
No, I didn't know what it meant. I just said thanks because it was like, okay, they said I like your shirt, so I'll just say thanks because I understand that much. But when we came to because it's simple, it was like, what does that mean?
I
What
like
does
your
that
shirt,
mean?
you simpleton.
I can't.
Yeah, it's like, are you calling me a
You peasant.
dumbass? Sure, okay. I mean, you're fair. It's a shirt that says Mr. Disco. That's it. So I guess it is pretty simple.
Hisham.
I got a compliment.
I think I remember I used to not care much at all about my like how I would dress and stuff when I was younger. A lot of like high school, I didn't really care. I would just be wearing a random t-shirt with jeans, whatever, that kind of thing. And as I got older, I was like, you know, maybe I do care about how I dress, that kind of thing.
It's just you become more self-conscious.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's actually probably why.
And it's natural, so.
Yeah. And so now I would say I wear more towards like minimal stuff. I like layering, but holy shit, it is so hot here.
Yeah. You
And
can't layer in Texas for most of the year.
yeah,
Have you,
you know,
have you
like
guys seen this?
overshirts. Oh gosh, it's like I like overshirts like under like a t-shirt, like flannels, that kind of thing. I think those
Mhm.
are nice.
Have you guys seen the show New Girl? It's a
No.
sitcom.
No.
Oh, so it's set in LA, and all of the male characters wear so many layers, and they're always wearing long sleeve shirts, and I don't get it. I thought it was supposed to be hot in LA, but he's wearing like they'll always be wearing like a button up shirt and like a cardigan over it.
Mhm.
I can't imagine.
I
doing that
feel
all the
like-
time.
I don't know. Texas has fucking ruined me. I need it to be like below 48, 48.7 for me to think it's cold. Because anything above that, or not Texas, this isn't a Texas issue. This is just a being Indian issue. Because it's like, I sweat so easily. So even if it's like 50 degrees outside and I walk outside with a t-shirt on, I'll be sweating.
Mm.
So just the thought of wearing multiple layers, especially in a place like LA. I think LA is supposed to be hot.
That's why
Yeah.
I was confused. I've only been there once, but
I went when I was a kid, so I don't know. Let's see. Yeah,
I'm
it's
checking the
like-
weather in LA right
I'm
now.
looking at the weather tomorrow. It's gonna be 66 high in winter, so it's
That's
not
pretty warm.
like it's not like it's cold. LA weather in summer.
I think I'll usually wear stuff that's like layered if it's 50s, but even then I won't. I'm not gonna wear like with a hoodie in terms of layering.
So
Layering with a hoodie,
Oh,
it has to be
my
like
bad.
40s or something. But
My
yeah,
bad.
good. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say like average weather in LA is low 80s, reaching like
This is
90s
Fahrenheit, right?
for sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
low 80s in Celsius. But it's like it doesn't get too hot, so it seems. I think if it's windy, then I guess you could wear.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what they call LA, Windy City,
Something like that.
something like that.
All right. All right. We're gonna move on to the last level 2 question of the episode.
Wow, already.
What do you do when you're mad? When you're angry?
Do what I'm angry.
What do you do when you're mad?
You guys have seen me get mad at League.
Yeah.
I slam my desk. But if I'm genuinely mad, I think it's dependent though, because you know how
Like a
you act
skill?
different when you act different. Well, depending on who you're with. Because when I get mad, among friends, right? Usually it's just I don't like get into a fight or anything. I usually don't get into fights.
But that's also because those fights aren't something really serious. It's more like you guys are just arguing about something, right?
yeah, if we're like arguing about something and I get pissed, I'll be like, "You're a dumbass. I'm not talking to you. I'm just gonna stop this like I'm not gonna continue this argument." Or I'll say like I'll end up having to keep continue. Like when Spencer was bringing up the sugar thing, and I was like, "The fuck? Why are you arguing about this?" Okay.
So for context, Adarsh was talking about how when he eats a lot of sugar, his face tends to break out, his skin tends to break out, and our friend Spencer kept trying to prove him wrong, and he was like googling, "Oh, is this true? Is there scientific evidence?" And Adarsh was just like, "Oh, and you can explain."
Yeah, it was like if I eat sugar, I'd break out. If I don't eat sugar, I don't break out. It's not too difficult. Like I don't know. It was just yeah. I don't. It seemed like it was coping from him, but I'll leave it there. Anyway, when I get angry, League brings out physical rage. I just want to break shit. That game is the one thing
Mentally taxing.
Yeah, I've never felt so angry as when I played League of Legends. Nothing can make me more angry than League. I don't think anything in my life has ever made me more angry than League. I think the most angry I get when I'm with my family is this is actually when I get woken up in the morning, I get so mad, especially if I have an alarm set. If I have
and they wake up before.
Yeah, if I have an alarm set and I know that I need to wake up for a certain thing, I will wake up for my alarm. But if they wake me up before my alarm, I'm pissed. I'll get mad. And it's not like I don't like punch people and go around like breaking shit. I'll just get really like I'll get an attitude. I'll get pissy and then I'll slam a door maybe. I think
happened
that's the
to
worst.
me recently. We were supposed to leave at 8 or something. And so I set an alarm for 7 so I'd have time to shower and get ready. My dad goes into my room at 6:50, wakes me up and says, "Hey, don't forget we're leaving at 8." And I'm just like, I know,
Dude,
I know, I set an alarm, I know. And then I can't even go back to sleep because there's like 9 minutes left on my alarm. And I'm just stuck there like seething, like boiling in my own rage, too tired to get out of my bed. So I'm just sitting there, stewing in my... Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like getting woken up early is just so rage inducing. Especially if you already know that you need to wake up and you have a means of waking up.
That's not really answering the question I asked, but that's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Wait, what was the question again?
It's what do you do when you're angry? You just told me something that makes you angry.
Okay. Well,
So you're kind of a baka, honestly.
I'm kind of a baka. What do I do when I'm angry? I don't yell, but I get like an argumentative tone where I just want to keep arguing. And it's like honestly thinking back about the tone, it's a bitchy tone. Sometimes I hate like I'll realize while I'm yelling that I fucking hate the way I'm speaking and then I'll just stop. But
I see.
yeah, I've only met a couple people where if they get mad, they just like quietly sit, and those are like that's scary.
That's scary.
My aunt is like that. She'll get mad, and when she's really mad, she doesn't say a word. She just looks mad, and you can tell, and you don't want to say anything else because you know that she's like something is going on in her brain. She's like killing you over and over again in her brain.
Running the simulations. I see.
Yeah. What about you guys?
When I'm angry, the most frequent way that I get angry is when I get into arguments with my friends, and it's not like real like significant arguments.
You choking it out or something.
Nick, my friend Nick, he'll be on the podcast at some point. He knows how to get under my skin, and he'll just say something that is just so ludicrous that I have to respond, and then it starts a whole argument. And then it'll get to the point where this happens frequently, right? And it happens around our friends a lot. And he will claim that I'm the one that starts these arguments, and then we start arguing about who is the source of the arguments.
There are so many times where we'll be all out together, and if Josh and Nick are both there, there is no way that they can go the entire like hangout without arguing at least twice.
Yeah. And so, yeah,
That's
I would
just the
say
way it is.
that's the most often that I'm angry. And what will happen is when that happens, I will get very ranty in my speech patterns. Like I will talk out like many words in a row before I want to take a breath. Because I remember this happened about a week ago. There was an announcement on Discord asking for fangirls.
Oh, the fangirls.
And everyone in the call was just ganging up on me, telling me I was wrong, and I was trying to I think I got
attacked.
Honestly,
maybe me too. I attacked you.
That's not the. Maybe I shouldn't be bringing that up. I can feel my blood pressure going up a little bit. Maybe don't talk about that. But yeah, I guess like little things can kind of set me off, and I'll get very very heated, very passionate about it.
What about you, Hisham?
I would say it's the same thing where most of the time that I'm mad is when we're arguing in our friend group and stuff. And a lot of it is just, I can't.
It's just stupid shit.
I always need to respond. Like, I can't just stop and end it. Even though internally I'm like, I need to stop talking. These guys, this is like so pointless. We're both just going to keep arguing. But then they'll say something. Especially this happens with, I think, Spencer. Or he'll say something, I just have to respond. I have
to say something back. That's just the way it is. It's so easy too, because especially with friend groups.
Because we all know that within an hour it's gonna be fine anyways.
Yeah, and we all know how to get under. I'd say we all pretty much know how to get under each other's skin.
Yeah.
It's like it's so easy for some people.
Yeah.
Like
I already did that
fucking easy.
In this episode. I already did that to Adarsh.
Yeah. See, it's really easy to get especially when you know someone so well, because we've all known each other for a very long time now.
Yeah.
It's just easy.
Okay.
All right.
Move on to level 3. Yeah.
Well, I think so.
I'm not cerebral enough for level 3, so Josh is just not going to ask me.
No. I was just going to say.
He actually thinks I'm a dumbass.
One of the inspirations that I had for wanting to make a podcast in the first place is a podcast called "If I Were You," and in every single one of their episodes, they have a little break in between. So it's an advice podcast, and people will write into the podcast and ask for advice for their situations. And between questions, they'll always have a break where they talk about something that's not the questions. So I think before we get into the level 3 questions, Adarsh, is there anything you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm gonna tell the podcast about the whole fat Adarsh.
Oh yeah. This is why you got angry in the first place.
It's not really angry. I don't think I've ever gotten actually angry about being called fat. Yeah. It's so there was one day, it kind of started out of the blue. I said, "Oh, I want to buy a wok, for cooking." And the first thing I hear is Josh saying, "Oh yeah, you need to take a walk." And then he called me fat in that same sentence. I don't remember what you said exactly.
I think because you said "Oh, I'm thinking of buying a wok," and I said, "You need to go for a walk. You need to go for a walk, you fat bitch," or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. He said, "You need to go for a walk, you fat bitch," and I was like, "What the fuck? What did I do?" And then after that, I think it was mainly my reaction to him saying that set it off. But now it's
just a running joke.
Now it's haha, Darsh is fat.
It's because
and it's fine. I don't think it's a bad joke. I think it's funny, but
the rest of the call, because that's kind of off the cuff, right? You need to go for a walk, that's kind of clever. And so for the rest of that call that day, I kept thinking of jokes like that. That'd be fun. I can call Adarsh fat in a pretty creative way. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And then it turned into every day. And then it turned into every week.
Every opportunity.
And now it's been almost like a couple months, and it still happens.
Yeah, that's
Every
just
once
the
in a
nature of
while.
our friend group. We will latch onto one joke, and then it just gets.
Yeah, and that's the thing. See, for me, it's me being fat. Okay, that's the joke.
It's like the
But
point.
no, there is a joke in our friend group
Yeah.
with pretty much every person.
No.
I
Mine is that
remember-
everybody hates me.
No, for you, it's that you have Asperger's.
Oh, I do know that's not even. I.
It was low hanging fruit. It was just so easy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The reason the
Okay,
fat
the thing is-
jokes caught
Yeah,
on so
yeah.
much is because when I hear things, I'll just come up with the jokes, and I'll just like, that's funny. I want to say it. I don't believe that Adarsh is fat. It's just funny to call him fat, and so I'll say
Yeah,
it, you know.
and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, there is some truth to it. I'm a big guy. I got a bit of weight to me, but it's like
Yeah,
A
but you're not
bit?
fat.
I'm not fat, huh?
Nothing.
I used to be overweight though. I had a fuck. I don't even remember. I don't remember the numbers, but I was like 5'3" and like 160 pounds or some shit. I was pretty big. I was a big boy.
He was a roundy.
I was a round boy. I looked like a laddu. But yeah, it's like for Nick, it's just his speech, like the way he says things. Sometimes it's so easy to like. We have Nick quotes
Yeah.
because
we
of
have
him.
We have a whole channel dedicated. It's like an archive of strange things
It's
that
like,
Nick has said.
yeah.
Aiden, it's not even making fun of him. We just call him like we treat him like he's a deity, like
Yeah,
a
he's a
godlike
god.
figure because
He's very
he's
powerful.
probably the closest thing humanity will ever see to God. It's just he's fucking insane in a good way.
Yeah, in game.
In game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay, I think that was a pretty good break. So yeah, we can go ahead and get into the last question. Adarsh, why don't you read it?
oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
The guests the guests don't have access to the list. They don't see it.
I have a
Here,
question.
I'll message him the question, then he can read it out.
Oh, true.
That way,
true.
yeah, here you go, Dash.
Okay. Send me the message.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. If you died before your spouse, would you want them to move on?
I think for me, it depends on the age. Like, if I die
So let's
at
say you're 16.
Move on. She's probably over you while you were dying.
yeah,
You kidding me?
16.
No, I'm
I don't
just,
think you can even get married here at 16. Can you?
I
You
don't.
can. I think you can, but with guardian permission or whatever.
Yeah, you can only get married to your guardian.
Or make a decision for yourself to get married at 16.
Anyway, I interrupted you. Go ahead and.
Yeah, I was saying like, if I'm like 80 and I die, my spouse is like, oh, all right, time to get remarried.
Who are they gonna get
You would hope
married
that
to
your
at 80 years
spouse
old?
doesn't, or
They gonna go on
Huh?
Tinder?
you would hope that your spouse doesn't, or you does.
Like I'd hope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
I misheard you.
Maybe I misspoke, but yeah, if I'm like towards the end of life, anyways, I would
Yeah.
hope that it's not like, oh well,
I mean-
we're married for 45 years or something, and
What
then
if she
there's
has
like,
some needs that she needs, taken care of, and you can't?
Hey, hire a stripper. What the fuck?
you're not gonna love somebody else, like what?
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
But if it's
So,
not like,
would there be like an age cutoff? Like how?
I don't know, because I think it's more as like how many years we're also together, that kind of thing, probably, right? If like, I don't know, I died at 30, which hopefully doesn't happen, and I got married.
You
I don't know.
you die at 30 and then you get married.
No, I got married and then I died
I
at
have a
30.
follow-up question for this.
Okay.
But yeah. No.
Yeah,
We'll all answer and then.
Okay. Yeah, I died at 30 or something. I was married for a couple of years. Maybe had like a kid. I would still want them to, move on eventually. Or yeah,
Oh, that's the thing. You can love multiple people in your life,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like she or he doesn't just love you or like stop loving you and they move on completely. It's
Yeah.
more of a shifting of
yeah.
you know.
Like
priorities.
I definitely wouldn't want my spouse to just be like pressed over for their whole life or something. Like I would want them to like at least go back to like just like being a functioning independent person at the very least. Right.
Yeah.
Whether they decide to get into another relationship is their choice. And like if I was like just a ghost watching over, it wouldn't make me like mad if they got together with somebody else later in life.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it was like a week later, then yeah, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
would the time period be? What's the grace period?
I don't know.
Let's say
For
your kids have gone to college and then you just drop dead at the graduation, right? How long do you want your wife to wait?
How old am I?
However old you are after your kids graduate, you know.
So like you're like 45 maybe.
45. Dude, I'm not even graduated. My dad's like 50. But okay.
Okay. No.
Just like
Because your
okay,
kids-
like
they're going
50
to
something.
college,
Like
right?
your kids, it's a state of life where like you. empty
Okay, your
nest.
kids are in college. You're 50 years old.
I'm 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they died at 50 or something, and if they found somebody else after like, I don't know, a year or something.
Yeah, I think a year is like
Yeah.
around the time that I would expect something like that.
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know though. I haven't been married, so
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's not like
Right.
I'm married, but I
think
would assume
that's-
something.
I'd
about
say
you, Josh?
for me, like so I guess this question kind of assumes that like I died early, right? And so they're gonna like live a significant portion of their lives after I'm gone, and I don't want to be the reason that they don't find a new person, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I wouldn't mind, or I would want them to find, if they want somebody else to fill the void that I leave, then I would want them to do that. I wouldn't want them to be like, oh, I need to honor his memory by never taking
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a word, I don't, in some other culture where if a woman's husband dies, she's like, not only is she not allowed to take another husband, she's not allowed to like live her life. She has to perpetually mourn. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I think that is in a couple
That's a thing.
religions or like cultures, but I don't know. I don't know the term or like which cultures that is valued in. But
So basically, I want that. Like when I die,
you
like-
want the other person to be in perpetual state of misery.
yeah, because I'm dead, right? So
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
they
couldn't
have
be
to
worse
feel
than what
bad.
I'm going
Have to
through.
be.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I get it. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me, it's actually something I talked about with my mom, like this situation.
Mhm.
And my mom and I both are not. We don't believe in like
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Yeah, we don't believe in Santa Claus. And by that note, you should understand. We don't believe in Santa Claus. So, it's more of like after we're dead, it won't really matter to us what the other person does, but if it did matter,
Mhm.
it shouldn't be it shouldn't be our concern if they want to go back into like loving someone else, because that's the thing, right? For us, it's you can, even though you love someone else, it doesn't mean you love the other person from before any less.
All right.
Right, so it's not a matter of you've
That's not true.
completely
There's
thrown
actually
away this.
You're born
Oh
with
yeah,
a
there's only
finite amount of
quantifiable-
love,
there's
right?
there's a
You
finite
give it
amount.
all to your spouse, and then
It's
you're
like
done. There's nothing
potential and
left.
kinetic energy.
Yeah, the only way to give love to a new person is to take it from the old.
Yeah, actually, true. But yeah, it's
Yeah, I think that's a good way to.
yeah, it comes down to when I'm dead, it's not really my concern. That I don't want to be, like you said, like an anchor, keeping this person from moving on with their life, especially if they're young.
Right. You want to be
Even
more of a
for me-
sail than an anchor.
Yeah, I want to
Push
be
them
more of a
forward.
sail, like go fuck the world. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's like continue on with your life, because I don't know. I wouldn't want, like, if they decided they don't want to remarry and stuff, that's one thing. Sure, I wouldn't. It's not like I would push against that heavily.
Mhm.
Well, I wouldn't be
Well,
able
you can't
to.
'cause you're
Yeah,
dead.
I wouldn't be able to because I'm dead. But it's like ultimately I want them to have the choice, the choice without the burden of like worrying about what I would feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is when I'm gonna ask the opposite.
All right,
of
and that's
this
the show.
question. All right. Fuck me then. My bad.
All right, what's your
Sorry.
question?
Sorry for being engaging.
Go ahead. Yeah, ask me.
No, I was just gonna ask, what would you do, or how would you look for another relationship after your spouse died?
I see.
I think it's the same thing for me. If I'm really far out in life, I'd be like, there's no point.
Yeah.
Right? I'm already this far out into my life. I don't want to go through the hassle of like finding somebody else to love.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if I was really far out, 80s, 70s, whatever, I'd be like, there's no point in me doing this because there's nothing for me to really gain out of the relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Not in terms of like some like weird like monetary thing or like tax benefits, some shit like that. But I think for me personally, I would feel as though it's diminishing of the relationship that I had with that person. That I was married to them for 40 years or something. And then for my last 3 years of life, I decided to try to get into another relationship. I don't know.
I think for me, it would depend on if we had started a family or not. Because let's say it was that situation I talked about before where we already had kids, right? If my wife were to die after that, I think I would be able to. I'd be able to fill that void with my family, you know.
That makes sense.
I would think at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I think. I mean, you guys already know this. I think I've already brought it up with a couple of you. I know I brought it up with Hisham, but I'm not the type of person to get crushes and like go into relationships very easily.
Right.
And it's not like a matter of I don't have much of an interest in most people when it comes to like romantic outlooks.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I only had one like very serious relationship throughout, growing up. But I think that if my spouse were to pass away, obviously depending on the age, it would take a while for me to recover.
Right.
Especially because it takes me quite a bit of, or like the chances of me catching feelings for someone is pretty low already. So I think it would make it pretty difficult to recover from that loss. But yeah, if I was still young before I started a family, I'd probably go back and like look for another relationship, because I feel like if I were to date someone or if I were to be in a relationship with someone, it would be with someone who has that same ideal or like idea that I do, where if one of us or the other dies, not to be an anchor or a burden. If I, like you said, if I already started a family, I probably wouldn't look for another partner, just because, yeah, I mean, like it would suck, but if I had a family, it's not like I would be alone, right?
Yeah.
To me, that's enough. If I was, an old man or some shit, then it's like, well, what the fuck? Why would I get into a relationship? I'm gonna die in a couple of years anyway. So
Yeah, just get bitches.
yeah, I'm gonna just get bitches. I got money. I'm gonna get bitches and cars. I'm gonna take out debts in my family's name. No, I'm just do you have to censor that? The middle fingers? I don't know.
I don't
think so.
You can blur them.
Okay, stop doing that.
like little pixel boxes.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a pretty cool episode.
10:01 p.m. and it's my bedtime soon.
It is.
I
know you got an 8 a.m. tomorrow.
You want to plug anything, Adarsh?
Plug.
Plugs.
You
want to go to Shadow?
Fuck, hold on. Give me a second. This is
I
catching
think
me.
I know what you're gonna say.
I think I don't even
No,
say
you definitely don't.
Oh, okay.
Definitely don't. Fuck. Is this him? No, that's someone else. Give me a
While you're
second.
trying to find this, Adarsh, who would you want on the podcast next?
Oh,
Oh, definitely Jerry.
Jerry, yeah.
Definitely Jerry. I want to hear Jerry's.
Yeah, we
Give me a
talked about him a
second.
lot actually in the
Yeah.
first 3 episodes. So,
Okay, follow follow this guy on Instagram. M
Oh
Red
my.
Wang.
we can edit
Mr.
the
Edwin, you're
tag.
so dumb. You're so dumb.
yeah.
No.
Follow M Red Wang.
Mr.
You know,
Edwin.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Ed Wang.
Did you
Oh,
really
yes.
think it was
So
M Red
stupid.
Wang?
You're so
Yeah,
stupid.
okay.
You're so
Let me tell you a
stupid.
little story.
Okay.
Rahul, you know how Rahul used to play Overwatch and he was top 500, right?
Yeah, I'm sure
So
all
he
other
used to
viewers
have-
know that.
Yeah, he used to have a lot of Smurf accounts, and I never knew the names of any of them. And so once he got on an account and played with me and Hisham, and the account's name was X off meta X, but there was no like spaces between the X or anything indicating that it was a break. So I spent the entire session that we were playing. This was like 7 hours of Overwatch, and I spent the entire session not knowing that it was Rahul and calling him Zoffmatax. The entire time. That was such a natural thing. I was like, oh yeah, Zoffmatax. That's a funny name, but that's what it is. So this is M Red Wang, and that's my shout out.
Definitely not Mr. Edwin.
Yeah, it seems like. Well, I mean, I guess this is only the second guess, but I feel
know.
like our default shout out is just gonna be Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone else shout out Edward?
Sarah did
Yes.
last.
Oh really? I
Yeah,
didn't
but she
finish the
didn't have
episode.
anything of her own that she wanted to.
Yeah, I don't really have anything of my own.
That's fine.
Follow me
So
on
yeah, I
Twitter.
guess we can put it on the screen maybe.
Oh yeah, you can put in small letters. Follow me on Twitter. It's BKI. I post funny stuff
Yeah.
about my
We'll just
old
put it in the
relationship.
description. That way it's easier. They can just copy paste.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah, we'll have it in the description. We'll also have a twitch.tv/adroll. He did change his
Oh yeah.
his Twitch channel.
Yeah. True.
Probably have
Yeah.
to update the last episode, huh?
Yeah, we might have to do that. But yeah, that's our
Can you
show.
can you do it so it's like bouncing around?
I'm not gonna
We're
do
not
that.
gonna do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Damn. Okay, my bad.
But yeah, that's our
Okay.
show. We hope you enjoyed it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link an email account if you guys want to send us your own questions. We're also looking for maybe potential thumbnail arts if you guys want to submit some art that we can use for our thumbnails. Because right now I think we're just basically using random pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to send us any questions, thumbnails, or maybe even an intro theme song, that'd be kind of cool. I'll leave the email address to that in the description.
Let's get this video to 1,000 likes, and then I'll come back on the show.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the Spotify listeners. I feel like we're really catering to the YouTube audience
Yeah. Well,
because we have a lot of
Spotify
visual
listeners can
gags in this
cry.
episode. We're
That's
talking
true.
about commenting.
Just
and
watch
stuff.
both.
Just watch both. That's true. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's everything, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have Jerry on next time, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.